Season 2 patch is coming to Warzone in 2 weeks, and I just wanted to look at the changes we're getting. I'm honestly very excited to see it, but it's kind of funny that it's going to look more like Warzone 1 than it does Warzone 2. Still though, it should be a very interesting patch, a lot of changes coming in, so let's get into it. Investigation into player reports regarding audio led us to identifying a previously unknown issue impacting occlusion across the game. Only large structural objects should apply the filter, but we found some small items like a stapler or a pile of rags on the ground that were causing the filter to turn on when it shouldn't have. No! They're gonna make memes about this. Was this also the case for Warzone 1? Is audio in Warzone finally gonna be good? Weapon balance is something we're always analyzing, and we'll be balancing weapons for Season 2, just like any other seasonal or mid-season update. Details on weapon balancing can be found in upcoming Season 2 launch patch notes. Okay, so they're gonna come later on. We're excited to discuss some changes to armor below that will make for more consistent engagement with Warzone 2. Oh, they're gonna change the armor? That's good, because like finding that 3-plater is sometimes really rare. 1v1 Gulag will be returning for the launch of Season 2. Wait, so they're gonna change it back to 1. I actually really like the 2v2 Gulag. It cycles players faster. I guess like 2 1v1 Gulags would do the same as 1 2v2 Gulag, so that's fine. Which I'm assuming they're gonna do that. In order to bring this change online sooner, we have edited the existing Season 1 Gulag for better 1v1 combat, but are actively working on a dedicated 1v1 map. Okay. So they probably changed like the weapons and balancing on that. We've also made some logistical changes to the Gulag experience. Ground loot has been revisited, as well as the loadouts that players will spawn in with. Okay, that's good. Although I didn't have that many problems with Gulag right now, I think they actually made a really good Gulag, except for the fact it was 2v2. And I think that's personal preference. But other than that, like you always spawn, if you picked up the 3-plate armor, you automatically spawned in with it, which is really good. So you wanted to rush that. And you spawned with the weapon that you had, which were gradually getting better as the game progressed. In addition to the cash changes to the Gulag outlined above, we're balancing the Battle Royale economy with a slight reduction. With a slight reduction to cash rewards for completing contract. You gotta be me. I don't like that change. Additionally, we are increasing the lowest value of cash piles from ground loot to 800 and from cash registers to 500. Whoa! I take it back. That's good. Loot and inventory. As announced last week, we're shifting away from loot windows menus to floating loot that will drop out of all containers in the world, similar to loot from supply boxes. This is what I was saying in my first video about Warzone. This is exactly what I was saying. The inventory mechanic is not bad, but it can definitely be improved on, and I think this is what they're doing. This change is intended to improve the pace of gameplay by minimizing time spent navigating the UI and getting players back in the action faster. Yes, this is exactly what we needed. It wasn't broken, but it can get better. This is amazing. This is actually amazing. So you're still probably gonna have a backpack and the inventory, but you're gonna be collecting shit faster. So if you kill an enemy, their backpack is gonna drop, their loot is gonna drop all over the place, their money, everything's gonna be there. Just like in Warzone 1. That's perfect. We were excited to see the new backpack system give players the agency to customize their inventory for a desired playstyle or role within a squad. Yeah, that's actually really good. In our continued effort to balance engagements, medium-large backpacks will no longer be available, and eliminated players will drop loot onto the ground. Every player will have the same backpack throughout the entire game, which will subsequently reduce the impact of stacking medical supplies, equipment, and kill streaks. That is amazing. We will continue to look for feedback and provide updates to streamline the looting experience for everyone. This is amazing. The loot and inventory changes are absolutely great. As long as they don't change the looting mechanics in DMZ, this is amazing. This is a great update so far. Loadouts have always been a core part of Warzone's Battle Royale and something we pay close attention to. The changes players have seen with the launch of Warzone 2 and since then have ultimately been in pursuit of the most fulfilling experience for the individual and the team, all while keeping things challenging. As such, we're making further changes to how players acquire part of the entirety of their loadouts. Season 2 will introduce customizable perk packages. Here we come back with the broken perk packages. I mean, what they did with perks in this in the Warzone 2 is actually great, but damn man. I'm playing multiplayer right now and the perk package that I'm using there is absolutely broken. And I'm assuming there's going to be a broken pack for Warzone as well. Primary weapons will continue to be available at buy stations. All right, that's good. At a more affordable price point. Wait. So they're increasing how much cash you get and they're going to reduce the price point of primary weapons? I mean, they're not saying it directly, unless that's what they're insinuating. Like you're going to have more cash, so they're going to be more affordable. Maybe that's what they're meaning. I mean, my playstyle right now was actually, I would get the loadout for perks with the primary weapon and then I would buy my secondary from another loadout as a primary. That would be my loadout progression. So I would automatically have one of the perks that is not overkill, and I would automatically have 2 weapons in my loadout. We're continuously evaluating the pace of combat engagements and have decided to make a change. All players will now start with a 3-plate vest. Yes! Yes! That is amazing. Varying sizes of vests will no longer exist in Battle Royale loot. Yes! Amazing change. This standardization will bring a more reliable feel to each engagement from the get-go. True. We'll continue looking at data about optimizing downtime and improving the ability to recover from prior engagement. Yes, that is good. That is great. Dude, this update is kicking off with great changes, man. We have made an important tweak to movement that should yield better outcomes for players in combat. Starting with Season 2, players will be able to bust through doors while plating the way they would if they were sprinting. This change includes a slight increase to movement speed while plating to enable players to get to cover. Okay, perfect. That's also great, because right now you would have to open doors while plating. That's good. Defensive play right now gets a buff. Buy stations. In order to make buy stations and their goods easier to access, we've revamped our approach. Spawn locations have been added, adjusted. Spawns will be static across the map, and loadout drop markers have unlimited stock at all stations. Okay, we will continue to monitor the global balance of our economy and ability of resources as we move forward. I'm receiving that bit of a mixed bag because right now, buy stations, instead of securing your loadout as fast as possible, it also provides an area of combat where you have to earn it. But if they're making more buy stations, then the fights at buy stations are rarer, therefore the loot is easier to get, which I guess I get it, but at the same time I don't think it's that good. I think like people should be fighting to get their loot, not all the time, but sometimes. Strongholds provide an alternative gameplay experience with high payoff for those willing to tackle the objective, and for others interested in robbing players of their rewards. So basically what I said about buy stations, this is what strongholds provide, right? They are a map objective where you can get better loot, therefore you're gonna fight for it. And it's the same with buy stations. I don't think the buy stations needed that much of a change. We are committed to providing a balanced engagements for players who choose to enter Strongholds. Season 2 will bring changes to the rewards players receive from Strongholds and Black Site completion, as well as an additional adjustment to AI combatant damage. That is really good, especially for Warzone. I think AI should not be the priority. It should be a setback, but not a priority to deal with. So if they deplete your armor, you're like a really squishy target for someone to take over your loot. So Strongholds in that regard were kind of dog, but I think this change might actually be really good. If they reduce the damage of bots, that is amazing.
Oh my god, this is gonna be...
Don't say it, I swear to God.
So with all the changes coming to Warzone, I'm wondering which one is your favorite. Mine personally is the RPK nerf, even though it wasn't mentioned directly. I know it's happening, so I'm excited to see that. But with that said, have a fantastic day. I'll see you in the next video.